So today we are discussing about rolling motion. Okay, so next here, rolling motion is actually combination of translational and whole body will perform circular motion. Okay, and including in that circular motion there will be rotational motion. Okay, so that will be known as rolling motion. That is, it is the combination of circular and linear motion. So circular motion and linear motion are simultaneously here taking place. Okay, so in this we will derive the formula for kinetic energy, then linear velocity and linear acceleration. Okay, so first thing, when we consider, suppose we consider a wheel which is rolling on an inclined plane, or when we consider here a wheel which is rolling on a plane first of all, on horizontal plane. So in that case, if you consider rolling motion, this is the combination of translational, or you will call it as linear motion, and rotational motion. Okay, so we already know kinetic energy in translational or linear motion is half mv square. Okay, m is the mass of wheel, v is the linear velocity of wheel. Okay, now here if you are writing expression for rotational kinetic energy, when wheel is rotating about its center of mass, suppose we consider, so kinetic energy for rotational motion will be half I omega square. This we already derived. Okay, so this I is moment of inertia, omega is angular velocity. Okay, so now these two, if you are combining both the motion, circular motion and rotational motion, you will get rolling motion. Okay, so when we consider rolling of wheel, okay, so in that case total kinetic energy or net kinetic energy will be addition of both, that is sum of linear kinetic energy and sum of rotational kinetic energy. Okay, so you will add both the values here. So k equal to half mv square plus half I omega square. So if you are adding both, so what you can do here, you can put linear velocity in terms of angular velocity. So we already know v equal to r omega. Suppose we consider r is the radius of wheel. Okay, so in that case we can write v equal to r omega. So v square you will write it as r square omega square. Okay, so instead of v square I am writing r square omega square. So you can take here some terms common. For example, you can take here half common, then omega square common. Remaining here will be m r square plus I. So this is the kinetic energy for rolling motion. Okay, now suppose next we consider a body which is having mass m, radius capital R, it is rolling on a horizontal plane. So in that case again we will consider combination of circular motion and rotational motion. So suppose we are taking here notations like v linear velocity, capital R radius of the body, omega angular speed of the body, which will be equal to v equal to r omega, right? Now capital M mass of body, capital K radius of gyration, and we already know the relation I and K, that is moment of inertia I equal to mk square. Okay, so considering all these notations, if you are writing total kinetic energy of a rolling body, we will write sum of kinetic energy of translational motion and kinetic energy of rotational motion. So you will add both the values as we already seen here earlier. So half mv square plus half I omega square. Now here instead of this I you can put mk square. So this first term half mv square as it is plus half as it is I, instead of I am writing mk square omega square as it is. Now here we already know here v equal to r omega. So instead of omega you can write v upon r. That is, you are writing expression in terms of linear velocity. Before we wrote in terms of angular velocity. Okay, so if question is asked to derive here linear velocity of rolling object, so you are writing here angular velocity in terms of linear velocity. So omega we are replacing by v upon r. So same here mk square, instead of omega square I am writing v square upon r square. So here next you can take here half mv square common in first term, only 1 is left, plus here it will be k square upon r square. Okay, so this is the expression for total kinetic energy of rolling body, but we are writing this expression in terms of linear velocity. Okay, before you wrote here in terms of angular velocity, this one. Okay, this one you wrote in terms of angular velocity, and this one you are writing in terms of linear velocity. What next here? Suppose we consider a body, a rigid body having mass m, radius capital R. This rigid body is rolling down on a inclined plane. Angle of inclination we are taking theta. Height of this inclined plane we are taking h. This linear displacement along this inclined plane we are taking as s. Okay. So as body rolls on this inclined plane, there will be conversion of energy. So there will be actually conversion of kinetic energy, conversion of potential energy in terms of kinetic energy. So there will be decrease in potential energy and increase in kinetic energy. Okay. So we already know here the equation mgh, that is potential energy, h is the height, m is the mass, g is gravitational acceleration. This is potential energy. So this decrease in potential energy will be balanced by increase in kinetic energy. Increase in kinetic energy for rolling motion, we are writing the expression in terms of linear velocity. So as we already derive here this expression, this one, so we are putting directly here now. So mgh equal to half mv square in bracket 1 plus k square plus upon r square. Okay, so we are equating these two. So from this expression, if we are writing linear velocity, we will be getting, we already know here, if we are writing v, so square root of terms 2 you can shift to other side, so it will be 2 mgh. So m and m both are the mass of the body, you can cancel from both sides, so 2gh only. In denominator we are getting 1 plus k square upon r square. This is the linear velocity of rolling object. Okay, now this linear velocity we are writing in terms of height and we are writing in terms of gravitational acceleration. Okay, next, so here if question is asked to determine linear acceleration of rolling body on an inclined plane, so in that condition what you will do here, using this linear velocity expression you will derive linear acceleration. Okay, so you will continue your derivation. So you will be using your second kinematical equation. And what is that equation? So we are writing equation here, third kinematical equation, that is here v square equal to u square plus 2as. So in that equation I am writing 2as equal to v square minus u square, right? So initial velocity at the top of inclined plane will be 0 and final velocity will be the maximum velocity of object. So initial velocity u, you can put it as 0. So I am equating here 2a as it is. Instead of s you can write according to your figure, s will be actually h upon sine theta. Okay, so in your figure this is right angle triangle, this is your hypotenuse s, height here is h, angle is theta. So if you are defining here sine theta, that is opposite upon hypotenuse, opposite is h, hypotenuse is s. So sine theta will be equal to h upon s. So therefore h will be equal to s sine theta, or you can write s equal to h upon sine theta. So instead of writing 2as, s we are putting in terms of sine theta. So 2a as it is, instead of s I am writing h upon sine theta. And this I am equating by v square minus u square. So v square is, that is square of this whole term. So square root and square get cancel and you can write directly 2gh divided by 1 plus k square by r square. And this u, that is initial velocity, we are writing as 0. So when you are equating these terms, you can write expression for a. So here 2 you can cancel from both sides, h you can cancel from both sides. So you are getting actually linear acceleration a equal to g sine theta divided by 1 plus k square upon r square. So this is the linear acceleration when body is rolling on inclined plane. Okay, so question may be asked here for the body which is rolling on an inclined plane. So maybe here derivation will be asked for linear acceleration, maybe here asked for linear velocity. Okay, similarly expression for kinetic energy for a body which is rolling on horizontal plane can be asked. Similarly here expression for linear velocity and linear acceleration for the body which is rolling on horizontal plane can be asked. Okay, so each of all these questions can be asked for 3 marks. Next thing here, suppose we consider, this is only the remark, you have to note it down, maybe numerical based on these formula can be asked to you, that's why we are taking this into consideration. Okay, so expression here, if you are writing n m r square, this n we are taking actually a numerical factor which will be actually giving the value k square upon r square. Okay, so in that case, similarly if we consider rod is rolling, that is actually a cylindrical form, so cylinder, rolling of cylinder you will consider in actual. So similarly for rolling motion, in that case if you are writing ratio of translational, rotational and rolling kinetic energy, that ratio will be equal to 1:k square upon r square is to 1 plus k square upon r square. Just remember this thing. Okay, can be asked in MCQ, can be asked in your numericals, right? Next thing here, as we already know here, suppose we consider a body is rolling on inclined plane. In that condition, this while body is rolling on an inclined plane, a work is done, and this work done is nothing but actually giving a change in the energy. Okay, so likewise we are considering that there will be decrease in potential energy and increase in kinetic energy, right? Now here when we consider different objects, expression for I, that is moment of inertia of different object, you can consider here. So this expression is actually changing with the position of axis of rotation. When you change the position and orientation of axis of rotation, the value of moment of inertia will get changed. You have to remember all these formulas with the position and orientation of axis of rotation. For example, when we consider ring is rotating about an axis passing through its center and perpendicular to its plane, in that condition I equal to mr square. Similarly here when we consider hollow cylinder, okay, in that case again we consider axis of rotation is passing through the center and perpendicular to the plane, that is cylindrical axis. So in that case I equal to m r1 square plus r2 square. R1 and R2 nothing but inner and outer diameter, right? You can observe here. Okay, when we consider solid cylinder, this expression will become half mr square. Okay, so likewise everything here you will remember, right? Okay, next thing here, there is some analogy is given here in between translational and rotational motion. For example, when we are writing average velocity in case of translational motion, we are writing initial velocity u, final velocity v. So average will be u plus v divided by 2. In case of rotational motion, average velocity omega average will be equal to omega 0, that is initial velocity, plus omega final velocity divided by 2. Similarly here acceleration is change in velocity with time, so you can write it as dv by dt or v minus u divided by t. And here alpha angular acceleration you can write d omega by dt or omega minus omega 0 divided by t. So you can write accordingly your kinematical equation here, that is your first equation. Next thing here, when you are writing linear displacement, that will be average velocity into time. So this you are putting value, so we are getting actually second kinematical equation. Similarly theta here, this angular displacement will be equal to angular velocity average value into t. So if you are putting value, this you are getting second kinematical equation for rotational motion. So this is now next here is third kinematical equation in translational motion, third kinematical equation in rotational motion. Similarly you can compare here. If you are comparing symbol, quantities and their relation, you can study this table. this is given in your textbook also. Okay, so you just go through the table and try to learn these formulas. Similarly here, this one also, that is moment of inertia for symmetric objects, which is given here. This is continuation of this table, and this thing also. Okay, so all this table from your textbook, you just go through it. Okay, and if you are finding any difficulty here for the topic, you can directly message or comment. Okay, thank you so much.